morning, good day, and good night. Welcome to Positive Rate. How are you on this fine Saturday? It's, wow, 12th of April already. I don't understand what's going on here. It's all going by so quick this year, isn't it? I am your host, Willy Canuck. How you doing? Big shout out to Lena first, he says. Yeah, it might be a bit quiet today. Nighthawk, I know, is off doing airport runs to Pearson International Airport. But we might get Mr. and Mrs. Tippy at some point and a few others. We are back in the headwinds today, guys. And if you're watching on Restream, don't forget, please do subscribe and hit the like. It really helps us out. And check out our Discord as well. You can find that by punching it into the chat. Come and join the Positive Rate family. We're a friendly bunch. Very easygoing. Very easygoing. But look at this beautiful headwinds. Airbus 339. Or Airbus 33900. Livery courtesy of Flight Designs. Absolutely stunning airplane. It's a great long hauler as well. And I'll go through the route today. So we are flying to Indonesia. Show you what that looks like. Oh, wrong one. Always hit that wrong button. There we go. So we're departing from Brunei, runway 03 departure day. We're going to fly runway heading and then direct to RUNAM. And we'll be taking a southeasterly course over the Indonesian islands until we land in an hour. This one, I can't remember how to pronounce it. It is... Pattimura International Airport. That's what it is. Pattimura International Airport. There we go. And we're using the BELBA approach today. So this is an RNAV approach into runway 22. There's no ILS in it. So what we're doing is we're basically intersecting here. It kind of juts out over the water. I suspect this due to noise abatement. And then kind of curves in as we come in for the landing. And we're descending the whole time as we're going through this, so it's going to be interesting. I'll see how the headwinds tackles it, but hopefully we'll get visual when we get close enough. We can check it in manually. Excuse me. So, we've got a long flight today. It's about 2.5 hours. Mrs. Tippy, how are you this morning? How are you? You deserve one of these, I think. Great to see you, Mrs. Tippy. Hope you're doing all right today. I'm flying solo today. Nighthawk is off doing airport runs. You slept in. Oh no, you're right on time. Come on, absolutely right on time. Everything's pretty much ready to go here. So, sorry, just going to bring up the sim noises a bit as well. Not that one. The Ajaffa music. I love that tune. I was like, what tune am I going to open with? And this was the first one that popped up. I'm like, ooh, like funky 1980s. 10,000 feet initial. We are flying with 190 tons of weight for takeoff today. Absolutely monstrous. Pretty fully loaded as well. Going in the payload here, you can see there's not much in the way of spare seats. It's we're pretty much fully loaded. So, without further ado, we're going to get the seatbelts on. We'll get the beacon going here.
Flight attendants, arm doors, and cross check.
Seatbelts can come on. And we'll get the APU ready to go. And while we're doing that, we can probably connect the pushback truck as well. You're going to make coffee and then join me. Ah, fantastic. Fantastic. Well, by the time I push back, you should be ready to go. I suspect he'll be flying in some sort of fast jet, so there we go. Pushback truck is now coming in. The gate has detached. Safety announcement on the way here. We can start the APU. Lena says, quite realistic Brunei Airport looks. Special place for you. Your dad worked there for quite a while. Ah, right. Well, this is, I'll give you a better look at it. This is actually freeware scenery from flightsim.to. And Lena, there's a link to the scenery in the show description as well if you're interested in getting it yourself. I mean, as freeware scenery goes, you don't expect much, but I think it does really capture the character of Brunei. I've never been there personally. But it is quite a unique looking terminal, isn't it? And obviously there's a lot of ramp parking down the end there as well. What I find particularly interesting is the radar tower. It just looks a lot different, doesn't it? Quite funky. Really, really cool. But it's such a beautiful place as well. I mean, just looking around, I can imagine it's pretty chill in Brunei. Anyway, so let's get back into the plane. Ooh. So what did your dad do in Brunei, Lena? Out of curiosity. I know I worked with a guy who spent a lot of time there doing some sort of project management. I think at one point in time there was quite a bit of opportunity for various projects and things like that. Engineering, oil and gas, yeah, that seems to ring true for me as well. Yeah, they must have done quite a lot of infrastructure work out there at one point. Okay, we're going to take parking brake off. We can begin our pushback. So we'll slow that pushback down a bit. We'll go engines to crank, and we'll start with engine 2, which is the new Airbus standing operating procedure. And just look at the beautiful detail on these engines. I mean, for Headwinds, I must applaud them. For freeware aircraft, it looks awesome. Absolutely amazing. It sounds pretty good too. So we'll wait for that to spool up. I did turn the I've turned the pumps on, actually. No, I haven't. Pumps will be helpful, Willy. Come on. See if that makes a difference. There we go. There's a nice deep-throated rumble to that as well. I love that. Crank up the volume so you can really hear it. Oh, it's just... hearing those Trent engines just burn into life. It's absolutely fantastic. Okay, we've got a good start on 2. Let's put on our transponder. Probably pick up the pace here a bit, so let's get this plane pushed back. Right, turn that down a little bit again. Okay, couple checks while we're pushing. So, put the spoilers to arm. We can arm. Well, it might not let us do that yet because we don't have full engines on yet. We'll see. Flight director is already on. That's fine. Initial altitude 10,000. Our V speeds today. 133.151 rotation, very fast. We are heavy, so we will need that speed to get up in the air. And 156 VREF. Okay, I think that's probably going to do okay. I think what we'll do is we'll just get him to turn us around so we're facing one of the intercept lines for the taxiway. Head out to runway 03. I think that is probably gonna do it. little forward pull just to straighten out the nose wheel. And I'll say thank you, sir, for your service. I really appreciate it. Parking brakes are on, and you may go back to the terminal and get yourself a coffee, sir. Which I'll be getting another coffee for myself too once we get into climb. Climb coffee. There's nothing better than climb coffee. There he goes. Off he goes. Nose wheel, or nose light, taxi light can come on. Let's get engine 2 going here. Oh, I think I heard APU going, not the APU, the auxiliary, what do you call it? Pneumatic system. We stopped right on time. I could see those wheels are right on the edge of the tarmac as well. I think that's actually a boo-boo if you go over that yellow line, but nobody's watching. There we go. Listen to that engine spool. Oh, what a noise. Lovely, lovely detail to the sound quality. I really, really do like it. Okay, we got a good start in engine 2. We can take off that APU now. Taxi light's already on, so that's fine. I'll just do a quick flight control check, make sure everything's looking okay there. Okay, and we'll do flaps 1. Look at those big wings. Big wings. Airbus 330 is known for having like a fantastically high lift wing. I've talked to commercial pilots that fly it, and they're in awe of how well that plane glides as well. And of course, if you know the story about the famous Air Transat flight that ran out of fuel over the Azores, it really showed its stuff. Obviously not a situation we ever want to be in. Brakes are off. Okay, ignition can come off as well. And we'll taxi out to runway 4. Take this big behemoth of a plane for our departure from Brunei. So the flight time today is about 2.5 hours. We got a bit of distance to cover. We're getting ever closer to Australia. And we'll be doing quite a few sessions in Australia, I would imagine. And then after that, it's off to the Pacific on our way to Hawaii to try and get ourselves to North America. At which point we're probably going to be doing a little bit of time in South America. So we'll probably land in San Francisco initially, but then immediately go south, which probably doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense, but that's the plan. And visit some of the amazing scenery in South America, which is an absolute playground as well for general aviation if we want to do any kind of jet or aerobatic flights through the hills, that kind of thing. Right, now, auto brake can come on to max. Cabin we will check as well. And we can do takeoff config. Everything's normal. Predictive wind shear is off, so we'll bring that on. Just a little click there and a little click there. And at this point we can bring on the TCAS.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
You'll hear the call out for cabin crew to get ready. So, Lena, do you and Mrs. Tippy know each other? I get the impression you might. Start that chrono as well. We're already technically in our block time. also been making some adjustments to my sensitivity settings. I think I had my my tiller setting way too high. I'm finding it a lot easier to keep the plane straight. You don't know? All right, okay. Well, a huge welcome to you, Lena. Anyway, we're so glad to have you along with us. Very interesting story about your father as well, spending time in Brunei. First time seeing in chat. There you go. So, have you ever made it over to Brunei yourself? I don't know. Gav Spears, there he is. Hello. Hi, Gav. How you doing, mate? Should we? Does that deserve another hello here? This one's for you, Gav, and for Lena.
Hello.
Okay, we are nearing a threshold, so we'll just get everything ready. I think we'll do a rolling takeoff, so we'll get the strobes can come on, and our landing lights and nose to takeoff setting. Whoop. Steering a little bit too much. There we go, one about there. Round about there. Okay. Mississippi, you still loading the sim? Right. Ready to go. Final checks. Lights are on. Everything else is good. We're ready to rock and roll, folks. Should be on the runway shortly. Perfect. Okay, I'll hold off just a couple of seconds. Got my my feet on the brakes at the moment, so. Switching panel. I don't know what that means. Never seen that message before. But not. Alright, final checks up here. Anything we're worried about? No, that's all looking good. Gav Spears says, oh, you say to Mississippi. Okay, pretty broken at the same time. Diagnosed with a trapped nerve. Ow. Not a very nice thing. Not a very nice thing. Okay, I can see Mississippi down the other side, so we're probably going to end up crossing paths. Or no, she's coming up to join me on this end. Alright, so we'll just put the brakes on for the moment and give her a second. Get a nice look at the Headwinds 330 with the strobes on. Oh, here comes Mississippi. F-14 now. It doesn't look like an F-14, but we'll just pretend. Yeah, you keep losing feel in your hand and arm. It must be enormously frustrating. I had something similar. I was in a car accident years ago, and I had a pinched nerve in my back. And it used to cause all sorts of pain for me. And is that Mississippi making noise? Must be. Okay. Right. I think she's probably ready for me to go. So here we go. We're going to do a takeoff roll. Brakes can come off. Toe on the brakes. Bring up 50% power. Off the brakes. Good roll. Flex us or us. Bit of nose pressure. B1. Continue. And rotate. Nice and easy. Positive rate. And up we go. hear roars, Mississippi comes to chase us. Climb thrust. Autopilot on. Maybe. Possibly. Don't know where it's going to take us, but we'll see. And what we can do is we can go down here. We'll go direct to RUNAM, which is in there. That's it. That will plot a path for us. LNAV will take over at this point. Climbing speed. We can retract those flaps. And we wave bye-bye to Brunei. Get a good look at the city there. And there's the airport. Get up above those clouds. Here comes Mississippi. It's missing the Royal Brunei aircraft. Would have been nice. Yeah. I would imagine if there was a pairware version, you'd probably see that sitting on the tarmac. See if I can find a picture of a Royal Brunei aircraft. Let's do that. Just because I'm curious to see what that livery looks like, actually. Okay, I think I've found one. Alright, let's get those taxi lights off. Cabin crew can probably be released at this point, so we'll let them go. Passing 7,000 feet. Here we go. That's a good one. Just in case you're curious about the what that livery looks like. That's Royal Brunei aircraft right there. That's very different, isn't it? Yellow tail. Very simple. That must be a Dreamliner, I would think, by the looks of it. 787. Neat. Transition altitude is 11,000, so we'll switch to standard pressure once we pass that. At the moment we are passing 9,000, definitely starting to get up above those clouds. Everything's starting to clean up a bit. There's Mississippi behind me. Oh, we did plot for 10,000, didn't we? Okay. Cruising altitude today is 37,000. Put that in manage mode. Airplane should start climbing again. There we go. And we can clean up the landing lights. Let's see if we get a map here as well. I thought there was a map, maybe not.
Traffic.
Well, I'll be Mississippi closing in, so we'll get the TCAS to
Traffic.
advisory only, just so the plane doesn't start doing crazy things. Just closing in, definitely. Look at that water down there, that's really nice. Weather's not being cooperative today, though. It's obscuring everything. Okay. Get that range extended out just so we can see what we're doing. We should have a top of descent marker up there somewhere as well. Top of climb is well past the OBDEX, so that's a way out there. Seems like a long way off for a top of climb, doesn't it? Okay, 11,000 is a transition, so we'll go back to standard here. Maybe it just takes them. I know that the Airbus 330 does take a long time to climb. Wish I had a skip button. There we go. Let's go to the next one. 11 minutes into our flight time. It's a long one, guys. You're about 2.5 hours, so we've got based on the time in the sim right now, which is 22:50. Be at Indonesia about 101, so it's just, well, maybe not too long. 23, 24. Yeah, so it's about just over 2 hours from now, basically 2 hours and 10 minutes or so. But it's okay. We got things to talk about. We got news at cruise today. Talking about all the movements in the flight simulation world. It's a bit of a lighter news week. Not a lot of major announcements, but some interesting stuff all the same. And hopefully, Mrs. Tippy, hopefully you and the husband have had a bit more of a relaxing week. I know you guys have been working pretty hard lately. Seatbelts can come off. I don't know what this one is. Switching panel. That's a new one. When a circuit is activated, TALIA indicators. Okay, looking at the Phoenix help site, something on it. I've just never seen that message before. Switching panel. Something to do with this. Huh, I don't know. I'm not sure why that's coming on, because I think it has something to do with these guys sitting in an abnormal position. But they're all normal. It's a bit confusing. Who knows? Who knows? Hubby's still sleeping? It was a relaxing week. Good, good. I'm glad to hear it. Oh, that's a bit disorienting. Look at those mountains. It's definitely getting more interesting down there. A bit jumpy. There you go. Alright guys. We are about 20,000 feet up. Let the airplane continue to climb. And I'm gonna go grab a coffee. So, it's time for climb coffee, guys. Let's go get a climb coffee. But I will be right back.
I'll be back.
Okay, see you in a sec, guys. Okay, I'm back with you guys. Here we are. Ooh. Bit stuttery. Love the lovely scenery down there, though. Look at that. Very lush. Very green. I don't know where these stutters are coming from. Just seems to be when I'm moving the camera around. Got my coffee. Very pretty. Wonder what, Lena, if you're still with us, do you happen to know what the, what's the main export for Brunei? Do they make a lot of coffee or anything like that? Obviously, oil and gas, I'd imagine, would be an export for them. Look at that. I don't know what's causing that. It's really weird. Can't think of anything other than oil and gas. Well, it's probably the one you're aware of then. It's looking alright. How are we doing? 28,000 feet. It's, you can see we're only about 1,200 feet per minute. The A330 is not known for its climb rate. And from what I've heard, the A350 is not much better either. But what's our ground speed? Our ground speed, though, is 440 knots. So, I mean, we're trucking along. Obviously, a bit of a headwind that we're fighting. Every time I move things around, it just seems to be a bit jerky. I don't know. That's unusual. Close out all my browsers. It's probably, you know what I think it probably is? It's the Microsoft Edge or something like that. Something hogging my bandwidth anyway. Right, that gives me a mission to go look up. What is Brunei's exports? Major key exports by category: fuel oils, distillation products, 8.7 billion annually. Organic chemicals, okay. Fertilizers, wow. And articles of iron or steel. Interesting. Very, very low, though. Only 64 million a year. So that's obviously very niche. The major export partner is Australia. They did 2.4 billion worth of business with Australia in 2023. And almost 2 million with Singapore. China comes in third at 1.8. And Japan at 1.6 billion. It's pretty modest export GDP, I would think. There you go. Now, Indonesia, on the other hand, might be a bit different. Indonesia exports. Also, fuels and oils, palm oil, iron and steel as well, electrical machinery, and vehicles. They export a lot of vehicle parts. They also export natural gas, coal, agricultural products such as rubber, coffee, cocoa, spices. So there is coffee. I thought coffee might be a factor somewhere. I'm surprised Brunei doesn't actually do anything about that. Copper ore. Copper ore. Oof. Making myself sick here. Okay. Well, I hope this stops happening because this is getting a bit annoying. Right. We're at top of the climb. There it is, just after GARUT. Let's make that a little bit brighter. And so far we have fuel. We have already burned just over 4 tons of fuel. I mean, which is kind of interesting because, you know, we're not long in. We're only 26 minutes in the flight. 4 tons of fuel would get an Airbus 320 to an airport about an hour and 20 minutes away, or maybe an hour away anyway. So the fuel burn on this, just from the sheer weight, is pretty impressive. And of course, once we get to cruising altitude, guys, we'll do the news. Big thank you to Nighthawk, who compiled the news for us today. Unfortunately, he has family duties. He's making 2 trips, he said, to the airport and back. I don't envy him. I was looking into some sort of game that I could put in the stream that people could play along to. I don't want to do something like, you know, you see the gambling, people can gamble. I think that's boring. So I'm trying to look for something a bit more unique, even something I might do a bit of design myself. I'm not sure yet. But just something to pass the time that people can tinker with. Especially driving on the 401 in Pearson, yeah, I know. Well, as you know, I was in Canada not too long ago, and I don't know how people use that airport. I just don't. There's no redeeming qualities to it. It's funny, you know, too, because I went to Toronto. I mean, people consider Toronto and Pearson pretty big, right? Split between the 2 terminals. So on that flight, I was on KLM, so I went through Schiphol in Amsterdam, which is massive, like massive, huge. Toronto is, if you put both Toronto terminals together, it still would not be as big. It's absolutely enormous. And you think, well, big airport like that's going to be pretty awful, right? It's not. It is a stunning airport. Like, as you're walking, there's all these restaurants and delicatessens and boutique shops and all these other things. Lots of places to sit. Everyone in the airport's so friendly. There's a couple times I got lost, and I saw a guy, random airport worker. I said, "Can you help me? I don't know where I'm going." And he was like, "Oh yeah, certainly, sir. Where do you need to get to? What's your gate?" "Yep, you just walk down this way." They couldn't do enough for you. Absolutely amazing experience. The only complaint I have about Schiphol is the connections are so tight that you don't have enough time to really spend any time at the airport because you're like freaking you're gunning it. I had to go from E gates to D gates, right, which are pretty much right next to each other on the airport. And the gate wasn't too far down the track really either, right? So it's literally walking from E gate to D gate. Now, walking at a fast pace, that took me 30 minutes. And that's 2 wings close together. And there's about 5 of them. It's absolutely enormous. But a beautiful, beautiful airport. I would absolutely fly through Schiphol again. It's actually encouraged me to possibly go to Amsterdam as well. You know, I thought the Dutch were absolutely brilliant. Of course, I had my Canadian paraphernalia on, and I don't know if that got me extra good treatment, because the Dutch absolutely love Canadians, of course. Right, let's get back inside the airplane, take a look where we are. Okay, top of climb's not far away. It's still about 80 miles though. And our rate of climb is now slowed to 600 feet per minute. But we are already pushing Mach 8.2, so that's nice and quick. Just have to check our plan to see if there was a step climb in there. I'm not sure if there was. Actually, I can get the OFP up here, can I? Silly. There? Yeah. Nope, no step climbs. 370 the whole way. Okay. Oh well. Can do a fuel check though. At least I thought we could do a fuel check. Maybe I can't remember. Get my airbrush spraying in here. Am I completely losing the plot? How do I get my fuel burn? Huh. That's not working. Alright, we'll just have to eyeball it. So we are passing a track. We are currently... Where's fuel? Current fuel on board is 18,480. So as long as we're over that... and we needed 17,418, right? So we're almost 1,000 ton, or 1 ton of fuel clear. So that's fine. So that's right. So just checking that and make sure we're not going to run out of fuel. That's the main thing. Cool. Happy with that. Oh, that's us at cruising altitude. Aha. Okay. Well, you know what that means. It's time for the news, guys. Let's go. Today's news. Couple cool things. First is Prepare Flight. I've not heard of them, but they have, or they are going to be distributing the Shark 600 with a €5 launch price. So that is super, super cheap. And there's a nice little video down here so we can see. Looks like a nimble little thing, but quite pretty. Not very good. In €5, I mean, you can't really complain, isn't it? That's next to nothing. Really, really good. So yeah, if you you like your small flyers there, that might be one to check out. The price is certainly very attractive. PMDG have unveiled their Operation Center 3. It's an overhaul of their product management. So this will be the I've got Operation Center 2 here. So if I pull that up, it'll be interesting to see if it has to update or anything like that. No, nothing yet. So yeah, this is the current Operations Center, and I must admit, I'm not a huge fan of it. It's pretty clunky. It's not particularly intuitive. It does, give you the basic stuff, but I think in terms of the the livery management and everything like that, I always found it a little bit confusing. Especially if you're trying to put in custom ones. It took me a good few minutes just to figure out how to do that. So, so yeah, that's pretty good news. Then if they're overhauling it, I don't know if there's any screenshots there, just to say that they're doing it. And they'll be transitioning the 777 freight to the new suite. Now I don't know if there's any tidbits about Microsoft 2024 support. Don't think so. But anyway, it looks like they're getting ready to go on 2024, and that's probably a good start. So there you go. Flight FX. Now this does intrigue me a bit. They are showing off their Challenger 350 and Citation X. Both very, very well known business jets. They do look stunning. I mean, the interior is looking absolutely... This is, PMDG level quality stuff, isn't it? Especially when you get into the detail with the seat covers and all that kind of thing. It's looking really good. It's looking really good. So yeah, keep an eye on that. And here's... what is this, a Citation X? Look at the size of the engines on that thing, eh? It's almost like... It's like putting a V8 into a Honda Civic, isn't it? It looks to the point almost a bit absurd. I think, yeah, this will be the Citation X. I'm fairly certain. Fairly certain. But that looks great. I'm doing this weird thing where I'm trying to scroll down. I'm trying to pan the picture. Can't do that. It's just a picture, Willy. But yeah, that looks amazing. That looks really beautiful. I'm very, very interested. Very interested. And ooh, that's a curious looking EFB, isn't it? Anyway, so we'll keep an eye out for that. Flight FX. Aether Simulation is previewing Manchester Airport. And is this for Microsoft Flight Simulator? It doesn't say if it's 2024. But that's looking pretty good. A couple more screenshots down here. So if you're in the Manchester area, that might be great news for you. There's a free Microsoft utility called How Hard Did You Land? Or I think it's just called Landing Rate. Very similar to what I have in FlowPro, the little landing widget. But if you don't have FlowPro and you just want to track your landing rate, then this will do it for you. I think results vary with these landing rate monitors, because if you have two operating from two different companies, they both tell you two different things. So I'm never really completely sure if those landing rates are entirely accurate. But anyway, it's free, so you can go check that out. It is on flightsim.to as well. ARC, it's called ARC, ARC, Landing Performance Tracker. Next, Live to Airs announced a citation. A lot of business jets coming out right now. CJ3 release and pricing for Microsoft Flight Simulator. They will be putting this on the marketplace at a price of $27 US. coming May the 1st. I don't know much about Live to Air, so I couldn't really tell you, anything about their quality. But they have put a little screenshot up here, and it looks pretty good. Looks very nice. Oh, I like the leather wrapped yoke there. Look at that. Oh, that's lush. Can you imagine hopping into that? Like something about leather wrapped steering wheels and things that just makes me happy. So anyway, that's looking pretty good. So we'll keep an eye on that one as well. Just Flight are they're updating the Vulcan and their Hawk for 2024 and 2020. Now, if you have either of these products, you'll know that they've already updated both of them for 2024. But I think those were straight ports, so it looks like this is a bigger update now. And this will contain fixes and improvements. But what of the other stuff? Because they haven't really said anything about the Turbo Arrow or the Warrior or some of the the rest of their earlier fleet. And the one I'm really particularly keen on, I know this is not Just Flight directly responsible for this, but I want the Black Square Duke turbine in 2024 desperately. But hopefully we just have to be patient, I guess. But it looks like, yep, so they are looking at the Turbo Arrow, and the Warrior is going to be covered as well, so that's good news. If you have those products, which we do, which we fly, thank you, courtesy of Just Flight all the time, those will be coming to 2024 very soon. It's just amazing how long it takes when you get a new sim to get all the stuff. It's all the stuff that you get to get that over to the new sim and to get it working with the new sim and make sure that it's working properly, etc., etc. If you're a DCS fan, Cold War Campaign Germany is coming with updates, including a red flag campaign, and there's a heat blur sale as well. Don't know much more about it, but I imagine everything will be focused on the aircraft and the scenery and military scenarios at the time during the Cold War. So I would imagine somewhere in there will be a fully featured Brandenburg Gate. Here's a little bit of a video for you. There you go, amphibious. Oh yeah, I remember these. Old decommissioned now. Britain had a whack of them. All these hovercraft, amphibious hovercraft. I don't know if the state still operates them. That's looking pretty cool. Oh, look, that's neat. I like that. If I could get my head back into combat, I would probably play DCS more often. But I'm so adverse to combat these days. I just don't care. But I like watching other people play it. It's quite interesting that way. Finally, Imagine Sim. This is DFW. Where's that? I can't remember. Is that? Oh, this is Dallas Fort Worth. Yeah, that's right. So they've got a video preview of this new airport that they're putting out. So I'll just bring that up. That is looking splendidly detailed. Really, really nice. It's a big airport too, Dallas Fort Worth. Absolutely massive. A lot of traffic. So yeah, there you go. And that's a nice little video there. Plane taking off. Yeah, it's looking pretty swell. There you go. Get a good look at the terminal there. If there's any night shots, here we go. Yeah, very nice. I think whoever did this video had a bit of an attention span problem. Anyway, that's the news, guys. We'll get right back to the flight. Okay. Bring the noises up again. Where's Mississippi? She's still behind me? Ooh. That's screenshot worthy, isn't it? Oh yeah, nothing but water at the moment. We're well over our water route here. Let's see if we can... I always thought there was a moving map in the CFB. Maybe I just imagined that. Must be imagining it. I must be thinking of PMDG or something like that. Could bring up the VFR map, I suppose. Just to kind of see where we are. Oh, what's the thing? Oh, that sucks. You can only zoom out to 200 nautical miles. That's no good. Well, I don't want to pull up the GTN because sometimes that doesn't play well with airliners. I suppose it could. I'll bring up the GTN. Heck. What the hecker? Hecky heck. Flight plan. Port. Come on. Yeah. Map. There we go. Yeah, that gives us a better idea. Oh yeah, lots of water. This is probably the biggest part of the water route, to be fair. There's a There's a bit of a stretch of water after OBDEX. Oh, 2 stretches of water. Man, this is a long flight. It's a very long flight. Mind you, we're only 50 minutes in. I gotta be more patient. What if we could step climb to 390? I don't know if that's gonna help us or hinder us, because we're hitting a 32 knot headwind. That's probably not helping greatly. But, oh well. Oh, I was going to do some trivia today, too. I'm going to pull up random pictures and see if you guys can identify the airplanes. How about that? Should we do that? Let's see. Try not to speak out loud. Okay, here's the first one. See if you can identify it. Here we go. What's that? Intruder. Correct. Very well known as one of the primary tactical bombers, not tactical, attack bombers for the Vietnam War. Had a unique configuration. It was a pilot and co-pilot, but they sat side by side. Yep, A6, that's right. So the navigator, I believe, sat on the right-hand side. Or the bombardier, navigator-bombardier. Alright, let's see. If you can identify this one. What's that? You'd still find one of these sitting in a static position at Winnipeg. Give you a part hint, it was Cold War interceptor. So, TALIA. We give up. That is the F-101 Voodoo. F-101 Voodoo. Right, one more, and then we'll stop for a bit. Let me think. A slightly easier one. Let's think. Let's think. Okay, here we go. Alright, last one. What's this? Oh, were you guessing the last one? Was it McDonald? The Voodoo was... It was indeed McDonald, yeah. Yeah, you get partial points for that. What's this one? I always find it's F8. Yeah, yes, it is. Do you know what its nickname was? Actually, well, it had the official name. But I'll give you a hint. It had a nickname because of this. So it was Crusader. It was sometimes known as the Man-Eater. Because there was a few deaths caused by people getting sucked into the intake. It wasn't the safest airplane on a confined space such as an aircraft carrier deck. Anyway, there you go. I wonder if I could. You know what would be cool if there was some way we could do a poker game or something like that. I don't know. I'll have to have a think. Oh dear. Okay, Mississippi is still behind me. Are you an autopilot, Mississippi? Or are you hand flying this? I'm getting very. Maybe we got the wrong music for the wrong area. I shall put on campfire music. I'll do. Hand flying. Wow. You're going to be a bit exhausted by the end of this. Okay, guys. I am just going to shoot away for a couple seconds to visit facilities. leave you with a nice view of the A330 with Mississippi following in the background. Samik, he says something, a word that I'm not quite sure. But if that's a hello, here's a hello for you.
Hello!
Welcome to the stream, mate. Hello. Oh, there's a cooldown on it. But I'll tell you, there's other memes you can play with if you want. It takes about a minute before it resets. It's just so people can't spam it. There you go. Okay, guys, I'm gonna. I'll be right back.
Let's kick the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy.
Right, back with you guys. Back with you. Should be seeing land soon. I think I can just make it out in the distance there. Should we do a fuel check? Where are we? OBDEX. Oh, that's still a ways off. There should be a way to to see what your burn was. The state has not implemented that. It doesn't really say, does it? I suspect that if this was working, I could go to the next page and that would give me the burn or the fuel remaining. As it is, we're going to have 8 ton when we land, which is plenty. Well, it's plenty of fuel for an A320. I don't know how much for this, but... That's interesting. See the lights getting closer. I think might be getting a flyby here. Very cool. Is that husband of yours still asleep, Mrs. Tippett? He's awake? Get some coffee into him. Ooh, let me get to that. So that was calling for thunder showers and rain, but we never saw that, did we? It's completely clear at Indonesia, though. Sure he'll pop in shortly? Oh, cool. Take a look at the charts anyway. So here's the RMP approach. See what I'm talking about. So we come in about 27,000 odd. And we kind of do this bendy approach into the runway. I don't know if that's because there's mountains there. I think that could be the reason. So this could actually be really interesting. So we're going to have to follow that quite tightly. I suspect it is because there's mountains there, actually. If I'm looking at that. So that's, it says 1,000 minimum safe altitude, 2,000 minimum safe altitude, so yeah. So coming in kind of on a bit of a valley. It's very reminiscent of landing in Innsbruck, actually. Definitely see land now. Look at the mountains rising out of the mist there. That's pretty cool. Put our train radar on. There you go. That gives me a bit of a map there. Oop. That's useful. Oh, here she comes upside down. Something to pass the time on a long flight, eh? Oh, very good. Right, I think I'll use that instead of this. So I think that's a bit more helpful. Render out, yeah, that renders out the side of the view as well. That's good. That works. Oh, still got a coffee break on. Oh. Still got a little bit left. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. Get her up in the corner there, maybe? Very hilly. Oh, there's a little bit. I can see a city down there. Or a town, maybe. There's Mississippi behind again. So ticket, were you guys, Mississippi, were you guys working local for the moment then? Hope we get an improvement on the headwinds though. This is not helpful. Yes, and on a bit of a break, starting a new project next week. Oh, okay. You know, you gotta take your breaks when you get them, right? If you don't need to work hard, don't work hard, because when you do need to work hard, you'll have to work hard, so you might as well chill out and take the time back. So we can see what's passing us by. That's the problem with airliners. You're up so high, you don't necessarily take time to look at the scenery. Right, just Just gotta catch my wife before she runs. Be right back. Wife was just on the verge of jumping out the door, and I had to catch her for something. It's been pretty warm here today, though. Actually, for the last few days, it's supposed to go rainy on us starting tomorrow, but right now it's absolutely lovely out. Good morning, good evening, Mr. Tippy. How are you? It's still very much morning for me. Well, actually, no, it's afternoon, I suppose. One hour and 15 minutes into our leg. Predicting 109, so that is... Oh, about an hour and 15 minutes away or so. Very long leg, though. Much longer than we usually do, but sometimes just to bridge the distances, you just have to chuck in a mid-haul every so often. Mississippi says that you guys have been chilling out a bit. Got a big project starting next week. Look at that. There's a lot of wilderness down there, isn't there? Yep, so after this, I'm probably got a few things to do around the house. I definitely got to do some work in the shed today. We've been doing a massive reorganize, and we've chucked out so much stuff. Just things that have been sitting in storage for like better part of 10 years, and it's always one of those things you're like, oh, I might use that someday. And then we just kind of came to the conclusion that, look, if we haven't looked at it in 10 years, haven't even thought about it in 5, it's got to go. So we've gotten rid of quite a bit of stuff, actually. It took some time after 2 weeks, 16-hour days. Yeah, that could break you. It's not a great thing to do. Not very often, anyway. Meant to put good afternoon, not evening. Oh, that's all right. Doesn't matter. It's all the same, isn't it? Good day. You can just say good day. Good day. That works any time of day. What we have over here? Some civilization. I think it's civilization anyway. Must be. Your paw's just making a coffee? No worries. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking about my third coffee now. Just thought I better stick on for a bit. I think I've had too many breaks. Well, we're over the halfway point. I'll tell you what, I was just internet stuff I've come across, but Bombardier. See if I can find the right one. Bombardier's about to come out with this new airplane, the Global Express 8000. I just found this really fascinating. Top speed Mach 9.4. Wow. With a suggested, it's got a cruise of Mach. Let's see if we can find it. Back up to the top. Specifications. Typical cruise of Mach 8.5, which is quick enough, but it's also got something called high-speed cruise, which is Mach 0.9, and ultra-high-speed cruise, which is 0.92. It's probably at the expense of fuel. But it's got a cruise altitude of 43,000 feet. And a range of 8,000 nautical miles. That is incredible. And it looks lush. Yeah. It's also, the other interesting thing about this one is it's pressurized to 2,700 feet, which is super low. I mean, even the Dreamliner has to go up all the way to 6,000 feet. This is 2,700 feet pressurization. That's almost like being on the ground. Almost. Show you the cockpit too. The cockpit just looks so modern and slick, doesn't it? Step inside. What does that do? Look at that. That's funky. Dark cockpit. looks amazing, doesn't it? It's interesting how this, you know, for modern airplanes, they still, some use switches, proper switches. Mr. Tippy says there's a developer in the sim that has been working on this. All right. That should be really something. If you go to menu. Oh. Wait. Oh, don't know what I did there. Lost it. That's one. I'll show you the cabin video. Oh, there. Is there a tour video for that? Zero gravity comfort. Here we go. This is just about their entertainment system, but it's 60-inch television in the... It's a bit crazy, isn't it? Well, there's a layout picture. It's got the bedroom at the back has its own ensuite too, and a stand-up shower. It works. A stand-up shower. Mr. Tip says, I'm waiting on the Citation X to come out by Flight X. FX, yeah, we were just looking at that at the news earlier. It looks really good. Pretty awesome, actually. Go grab a coffee if I want. Yeah, I might do so shortly. I'll just do some checks. I put in our performance information anyway. 27 degrees. Nice. That's a nice temperature, actually. 1009. Not great for lift, though. It's quite warm. Winds, what are we looking at? Oh, practically nothing. 05001. Well, if the winds are that low, I could have done an ILS approach from the other side, but never mind. Decision height now. Decision height is 652 barrel. How long is this runway actually? Hey, Stu. How you doing, mate? I can never remember where they tell you. Oh, no. home from work? Were you away for work, Stu? Can't find anything on here. Let's see if this tells you. That's given slightly different winds, doesn't it? Oh, it's changed. Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. 3407. Okay. Uh, 27 degrees is still correct. 1010. 10. Helps if you're looking at the right METAR, doesn't it? Back calculator. Pull data from METAR. Calculate. Where am I heading? Oh, it's not pulling that in. You need to fill it from up here. No, it's not going to do that for me. Okay, never mind. Top descent should be visible in here, so yep, there it is. Just over here at about 260 miles, maybe. Currently predicted to 108, so that's, yeah, it's been pretty stable. But that is literally an hour. Literally an hour away. So where were you before, Stu? Just to work, okay. Nowhere specifically, just work. I think we're going to be flying a bit of an interesting RNAV approach here, so. Land. This is our last turn before we get to our second last turn before we get into our approach. The ETA on this looks a lot different than the ETA in, oh, mind you. Oh, that's, yeah, that's saying it's only 45 minutes away. I think it's a bit ambitious. But I don't think the I don't think FlyLive Studio accounts for descent speeds and things like that. So. It's kind of neat. You can see the curve of the vapor trail there. I'm still influented. I am. Can't tell if this looks volcanic or is it just hilly. Certainly getting into more populated areas here, though. Switch music up here. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna fall asleep. Up to please. Don't know if that helps or not. So we're actually on in Scotland. The kids are on Easter break, which is something that we never had in Canada. We did have the March break, which was only a week, but in Scotland, the kids get 2 weeks at Easter. No, they also get a week. I think they get a week or two in October as well as 2 weeks off for Christmas. Absolutely spoiled. Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, and the weather's been pretty decent for them so far as well. But the only the sacrifice for that is they only get 6 weeks off for the summer. So they break in Scotland, not England, but in Scotland, they break at the end of June, and then they're back about middle of August to school. They break at the end of June and go back here. Yeah, I know. I was an Ontario pupil at one point in time. Which was great, you know. I do miss the long summers, but it was a bit of a slog up to Christmas, wasn't it? And then you got a couple weeks off at Christmas, and then it just March break was just so long away. And then once you had March break, that was it. Like that was you right through to July, which is kind of a long stretch. I think it's actually nice that they break it up a bit. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna have to go get some meat. So I don't believe this ETA doesn't seem right. I mean, not based on what it's telling me in the sim anyway. What does the sim say? It says, let's look at this again. It's currently, this is not the accurate time, but it's currently 15 Zulu in the plane. Yeah, it's 45 minutes away from now. Maybe it's not far away. Top descent 240 miles. Yay! We can drop the range. Can we drop the range? I'll put it out one. Getting there. We're getting there. Two weeks off of Christmas, yeah. I don't think the kids get as much holidays here, like kind of your one-off holidays. They get Good Friday and Easter Monday off. Strangely, so do I. My client is they observe what they call the official bank holidays. So I'm off Friday, Monday next week, which is awesome. Really looking forward to that. What was I going to do? Let me check altitudes, flight plan. It should fly the constraints all the way down. So I take it to 1,000 feet. See what happens. See if it behaves. I never, I can fly RNAV approaches, but not as good as some others. It's something I could probably spend a lot more time doing. Mind you, it's 3 degree down. Should be able to do it. 2300 at P608. That's what it says in there. 2300 P608. Yeah. So that's basically the start of the descent, and then it's a -3. You can do it up here, and then you set it for 3 degrees. So we should be able to do it. We'll figure it out once we get there. I'm just gonna pop away for 3 minutes. I'll be right back, guys. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Ended up getting waylaid by Mrs. Canuck. Like, I'm still technically streaming. I need to get back. Yeah, but just won this. I just need to know this. Oh, dear, oh dear. Right, top of descent. Where is that? Right there. Ah, there. You'll have to take it out for a flight. Oh, which one? SC-27. Oh, right. Is that what you guys are on about? That's quite okay, thank you. Alright, I can probably close that because we're getting pretty close. I'm sitting about 130 miles away. Not far. Anything worthwhile looking at down there? Oh, there's Stu. Oh, he's in the SC-27. Okay. I wish I had these planes so I could actually see you guys flying in them. It'd be cool. We'll just have to use our imagination. Alright, let's do a weather check. I think everything looks the same. Tell you what I don't know. What's our approach speed? 143. Must be 149, will it? Yeah. Okie dokie. Nighthawk will be start again. Nighthawk will be appreciative of miss this one if this ends up being a difficult approach. Or he might be disappointed, I don't know. 120 miles top of descent. Headwinds let up a little bit, but we've been fighting that wind the whole way. It's just chopping our speed, isn't it? What if we can increase our cruise speed here? We got a little bit of wiggle room. Update for? Oh, let me change it? No. Got plenty of fuel, so probably even take it up to Mach 8.5 actually. Right to the limits of the airplane. It's not going to get up there in a hurry though, is it? $110 miles top of the sun. Oh, here comes Stu. And here comes Mississippi. Are you chasing each other? That must be what's happening. Okay. Yeah, there's my traffic going off there. Nice. Need a meme. $844. Ooh. Doesn't look like it's struggling to get any higher than that. Just reduce our ETA just slightly. Probably not much at all, actually. And track fuel transfer. Ooh. Okie. So our outer tank's burned up. Or no, it's transferring from the outer tanks, that's what it's doing. Love the automated systems of Airbus. You don't actually pay attention to what they're doing half the time, but they just kick in automatically. It's gone off by itself, see? Amazing. But I never did find out how long this runway was. Oh, no, that's wrong. There we go. So it's 8,000 feet. Okay, so we're gonna probably need a bit of braking then. Definitely medium braking. And we're coming in runway 22, so we'll probably blow past the taxiways and probably have to go right to the end, turn around, and come back. Can't see us getting as close as that, so that's fine. We can do that. Not a problem. See that top of the descent starting to eke in now. Quick weather check. No change. Still the same. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, still the same. Well, maybe slightly different. 36007. Question why we'd want to land on runway 22 then. You'd think 04 would be better, or 03. Oh well. Stick with it. There goes Mississippi. Okay. What does it give you? I've just gone blank. I was gonna change music, that's what I was gonna do. Okay. Almost there. Oh, that was weird. Did you just slew? Or pause? You must have paused. Still got ace.
Let's kick the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy.
I was gonna do ace, that's what it was. See any land? Not much. Okay, there's our top of the sentence coming into 40 miles now. Look back to manage speed mode. We got lots of wing to use for this thing. Right. Enough playing about with cameras. BELBA, so 4-7, about 4 minutes away from top of the sun. Forward.
Traffic.
Ceiling light, console light. Notice that. That's cool. Wait, right there. I think we'll. I think the plan for next week is to do some more GA flying. So I think Nighthawk had something like that in mind. But we'll definitely be doing a shorter stream for sure next week. This has been a long one. Mr. Tippy says I'm still here watching on the TV, though my phone's charging on the other side of the living room. Fair enough. Oh, so is it for chatting? Yeah, fair enough. That's okay.
Traffic.
So you ran all the way across the living room just to send me a message. How nice of you. Okay, that is within 20 miles of the top of the sun now. Just make out, you can see there's definitely some mountains to contend with over there, so we're gonna have to definitely stick to the approach as best as possible. The airplane will take care of that for us. Yep. Look at it this way, I'm making you exercise. It's like, how many steps did you do? 10,000. I kept chatting with Willy. Of course, if you said that to someone, they'd be like, what? I don't know, I don't understand. 10 miles top of the sun. Not that getting in the meters. Our last turn into the approach. Excuse me. Who's over there? That'll do. Managed descent. Down we go. Miss Tippy. Oh, there she is. Over there. Stu is right there. Oh, 50,000 feet. That's high. You said afterburners. All right. There you go. I'll do it. Okay. 30,000 feet. Dropping like a stone. Wow. It's a bit rapid. We'll need a little bit of braking there. lot more braking. Let's go 50%. It says we're below profile though. And here's where it gets interesting. Oh, Stu's disappeared. Okay. $24,000 feet. Well, it certainly comes down a lot faster than it goes up, that's for sure. On the 6. Oh, yeah, there you are. Okay. $22,000. Transition altitude's 11,000 and switch that to 1010. But not quite yet. What we can do, I think, get the seatbelts on.
Traffic.
Everything else is looking good. It's following VNAV perfectly. Approaching 19,000. Nope. Stu's doing all sorts of crazy stuff. He's doing a death dive there. Looks funky, doesn't it? Also, first checkpoint should be at 10,000. we go. Alright, I'm gonna adjust that standard pressure. So I'm 1010, aren't we? Yeah, 1010. No change in the winds. Just let the crew know we're getting there. Lighting lights can come on. Look at those mountains coming in though. That's why these approaches are important. It's amazing how airliners flew into airports like this before they had all the modern technology, you know. It must have been really, really challenging. Especially if it was bad weather. Beautiful. Look at this approach though. Absolutely stunning. Oh, it's really nice. Really pretty. Interesting little spool up there. I wonder what that was about. Okay. So the waypoint I'm interested is in Papa 608. That's where we need to start our 3-degree descent. As it says on here. I'll let the plane fly the LNAV up to a point until I get to about between Papa 605 and 604. So probably around there as well. I'll disengage the autopilot and we'll just come in manually. Speed here. 250 commanded. Okay, at the moment it's flying through the constraints perfectly. Doing very, very little in terms of controlling the altitude, which is helpful. And there is the island we're going to land on. Should be quite the approach, I would think. Final weather check to see if anything's changed dramatically. I don't suspect it has. No. Reduction in wind? No. Looking at the wrong one again. 3607. No, it's all the same. It's all the same. Okay. believe, is that 608 is our next? No, 618 is the next one. Okay. Didn't like that. Okay. Oh, 608's there. I can see it. I can see it now. There's a 5,000 limit on the next one, I think. So. What an approach, though. Look at that. Beautiful. Right. Now, we will get train callouts, so I'm going to disable that. And I'm going to slow to 210. Okay. All this time, and here's the moment of truth. Now, top of descent starts at PP 608, which is here. That's what that beep was. It's come off managed descent. And we need to get down, so let's get the brakes out. Because we're 1,500 feet above profile, which is not a good place to be at this point. Let's get some flaps out. Get down. Get down, plane. Get some gear out for extra drag. We are now going to switch to -3 degrees.
$2,500.
160 commanded. Let's in. See the runway there. We're starting our turn shortly. Flaps 2. Manage speed. Speed brake still out. Yeah, okay, get that away. Train off. Yep, I know that too. Everything's looking good. Get flaps 3.
2000.
Come up to our final manual turn and flaps 4. And we're full flaps. Ready on the manual.
$1,000.
Going manual. A little bit high.
1,000.
Good correction. We'll see if we can get it back. Don't want to go around if we can avoid it.
100 above.
Looking okay. We're looking all right.
500.
Pulling back a bit. Almost on full
300.
A little bit high. Okay, there we go. Starting to pull it out. Starting to pull
80,
it out.
70, 60, 50, 40, 30,
Thrust
20,
idle. Thrust
10,
idle.
5.
Oh, that was a bounce. She came down heavy there, that's for sure. Butter. Butter. Not quite. Not quite. Quite a crazy approach though, eh? Lena, butter. Thank you. Yeah, calling that butter is something else. APU's on. And off again. Go off. Predictive and all that can go off. One way. TCAS can come off. And this is freeware scenery as well. It's a bit more rough around the edges, this one, but I think the point here is just to make it look like the airport that it's meant to look like. It's quite interesting. It at least gives you a visualization of somewhat of what it looks like in real life. It's yeah, it's an interesting little airport. Where are you guys lined up over here? Okay. Nice little parking spot there. That's a good idea. I just love the howls of the howl of those engines is just spot on. It's absolutely brilliant. Okay, let's park right over here. I know you guys are not flying anything huge. It's just jets, but that's okay. Do something like that, and then can you put engines off. Seatbelts can come off. And that's us. That's us. Brilliant, guys. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Stu and Mississippi, for flying with me today. Thought I was going to be alone. And Mississippi with me the whole way, hand flying for 2.5 hours. Absolutely phenomenal. And Stu, so great to see you coming in the end there. And welcome to Indonesia, guys. So yeah, this is a big playground. We're going to make really good use of it next week. Can't wait. Lots of hills and valleys to dive through it. Looks really good. Until then, hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday and the rest of your weekend and have a fantastic time. Enjoy the rest of your day, says Mr. Tippy. You too, of course, sir. Please get in some relaxation before you start this new project. And we'll see you here right. We'll see you right here next week. Right here next week. On Positive Rate. Take care, guys. All the best to you.